Hi guys, how we doing? Phil Kent here, and continuing with my own new 50-day challenge. And if you don't know what I'm doing my own sort of 50-day challenge. And one of those main things I've got to be doing is a Facebook Live every day. So this is officially day 7. And I'm going to look down on the phone at the same time. If you've been watching me in the week, you know that what I'm using at the moment is slightly behind the program I'm using to run the lives. And so, but I can keep up on the phone as well. So doing a Facebook Live, just going to run through the reasons of a challenge. It gives you momentum, it gives you a bit of self-accountability and all things like that. So that they're a really good thing to get involved with, a really good thing to be doing and so forth. I'm trying to do a different subject each day, and what I normally try and base it on, a post or something that I did the day before and things like that. And that's the idea. It gives me something to sort of talk about, gives you something to get involved with, and all the rest of it. So we're going to make it a sort of general Q&A as well, and anything we can cover. So if anybody's got any questions, just drop them in. And in the meantime, I'll talk about the post that we did the day before. Now, if you've got the information about the live, you will have noticed that I've called it negative marketing. I'm picking up on a post that I did, it was either yesterday or the day before. I'm going to jump back to the post in a little while. And what do I mean by that? And the reason it was called negative marketing is the way or the methods that other marketers use to try and get other people into other opportunities. Now, there's a lot of it about, unfortunately. You know, when I was online and in the industry a few years ago, it was quite rife for marketers or certain leaders even to go what they call program bashing for the sole intention of trying to get you to join theirs. And it's such a poor tactic. And unfortunately, it started to raise its head again. More recently, I've noticed it on a few places, and you know it's not a good tactic. It's not a good tactic at all. There's nothing wrong with people having their own opinion about a program, and they can share their reasons why they don't think it's a good fit for them or anything like that. But to try and deliberately find reasons to put a program down just to try and lure people into other programs, it's just a no-no, and it doesn't work. You know, because it's gonna sooner or later it's going to come back on them. And it's just an underhanded tactic for marketers that some people use to sort of say, hey, no, this program's awful, don't join that, it's got this, it's got that wrong with it, but hey, what you need to be joining is this one. And it's not a good practice to be in. You know, like I said, nothing's wrong with having an opinion and giving your reasons why you don't want to be in that program. That is absolutely fine. That's people's choice. But to bash a program just to try and encourage people to move away from that one and get into your one, it's a big no-no. And it's just not something that we do. So I'm going to jump back onto the post in a minute. I'm going to flick backwards and forwards. The reason I'm looking down to the side is I've got my phone by my side because the program I'm using, I've got hey, Dr. M, how are we doing? Do you want? I can just see Dr. M's just shot me a message. Let me just jump over in the middle of talking, guys. If Dr. M wants to drop in, 1 second, bear with me, guys. I'm just going to call up Dr. M and give him an invite link. See if he's there. I'm going to drop it into his inbox. Bear with me, guys. And there we go. I'm going to drop that in now. I'm going to go back over. Okay, so Dr. M's gonna join me as well. I don't know if Ilse is around today, but if she is, if Dr. M clicks that link, he'll be able to come up and join me on the screen as well. So if he is going to join me, I'll pause on what I was going to say and get him involved as well. Dr. M is our nickname for him. He's done a big part of OLSP and of what we do, so that should be pretty good. And I believe he's coming on now. So I'm going to grab my ears, guys. Excuse me, because I won't be able to hear him otherwise. So I'm going to put my new fandangled headphones on. I'm just going to bring him up.
Hi, everyone.
How are we doing, Dr. M?
All is good. All is good. My sound is good. Everything. Sorry for the bit mess that you have out behind me, but it's good. All is good.
I'm used to it. That's your usual look.
Yeah, that's my usual look. That's it.
How are we doing? And not a pleasure to have you. We ain't got Ilse today, but we got Dr. M. So what can we say?
I just shot her a message to see if she will join or not. Let's see.
She might well do. She might well do. Not a lot of people have been catching us live, but a lot of people are actually watching the replays, which is pretty good because I keep a count on the on the day's viewings, and I've set myself a 50-day challenge, and one of it is I've got to do a Facebook Live every day. So here I am, and I'm officially on day 7.
Wow.
So wow, pretty good. 7 days on the trot so far.
You're more courageous than me.
So what I was just touching on, I'll bring you up to speed, because what I like to do, I normally like to do a post on either yesterday or the day before, and then I'll chat about it on the live, especially if one gets good interaction. And what I was just touching on, which I'm sure you'll have some input on, when I was in the industry a few years ago, this method was rife, and it sort of died off a bit. But I've noticed on a few places that it's surfacing again. And I'm talking about certain marketers or even leaders bashing another program for the sole intention of getting them to join theirs. It's an underhand marketing tactic which is still around. And what I was just saying, Dr. M, was, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion. There's nothing wrong with saying to people, hey, look, I don't agree with that program. It's not quite suited to what I do. But what I would like to recommend is this one. That's different. But when you're deliberately saying, hey, don't join that because it's this, it's that. But what you must join is this instead, which I've seen going on. It's crazy. And so I did a post on it yesterday, the day before, and I got quite a lot of comments and quite a lot of interaction and people saying, it's an underhand way of dealing things. There's just no need, is there?
It's a bit, look, everybody is looking for any lucrative way just to make money online. And since the media is almost controlling everything, so you always hear about people just making money overnight. And so everyone, when he's jumping on any program, this is their sales pitch. You can make $100 a day the second day that you are joining. And after that, they will shoot you another program with another 150 a day. And it will be the same person just selling another program. That's and right. Those programs are short period times. Those programs, they all what they want to do just to come there and buy their products. And this is what will happen. If you go through, I've went through so many programs. I spent, because I was a fool.
Yeah, I think we've all done it. We've all done it.
Yeah, we've all done it. We've went through those programs, and at the end, when you are looking at it, anyone who is selling you a program that will make you not millionaire, just he will give you this extra dollar the next day. This is you need to start thinking. That's not going to happen. Otherwise, all the guys on the Facebook are going to have more money and they will stop doing their job every day. This is, guys, this affiliate marketing thing is another job for you. This is an extra amount of time that you need to put in, like you are doing, Phil. You are taking time every day just to make your presence online, to go live, to explain to people what they have to do. And then after that, you are starting to make money. You didn't make $2,000 overnight. You didn't
not at all.
Overnight. It took you over 70 days to start making those money.
I did. Yeah.
I spent, guys, I spent over 99 days, and my commission was $200. Only $200 after 100 days. Now
it's crazy because it is true, and you're right. And me and Ilse have touched on this over the last 2 or 3 days. And what people don't see, all they see, Dr. M, they just see the result in front of them that we put up when they're. They don't see the work, the effort that goes in behind the scenes. And we and Ilse both touched on this. I mean, my routine is probably as busy as your routine. I was talking to a guy. We mentioned the subject yesterday about I do quite a lot of Facebook messaging. I don't have the software at the moment, so I do it manually. And I explained to him briefly what I did, and he came back to me and he said, I've not got any replies. And I said, how many messages have you sent out? And he said, 15. So I said, 15. I said, just to give you an idea, I said, my sweet spot for replies, I said, because obviously when you're messaging these people that are not connected to you on Facebook, a lot of them don't get seen because Facebook don't allow it. It's just a stupid Facebook thing because they're not your friends. I said, so my sweet spot for getting replies are between 30 and 50 messages sent. I said, then I can guarantee I can get at least 4, 5, 6, half a dozen decent replies. He went, how many? And I said, if I sent 15, I'd be lucky if I got one. And he said, I said, it's numbers. You've got to go through the numbers.
Those 5 replies are your good day. Sometimes you send 30 or you send 50 and you got only one.
That's right. But it's a process. I mean, it's like what we spoke about in the week was, I said I had 2 replies that came in on just the beginning of this week, and these were sent 2 weeks ago. But if you're putting these messages in the system, eventually things are going to come. It's a culmination of things. And I asked Gills to give me a brief summary of her day yesterday, and she said, right, I start in the morning, I do comments, I do DMs, then I check out with my dominators, then I load to TikTok, then I go to Instagram Reels, and it's just boom, boom, boom. And I said, exactly, here we go again. She's got this routine, which is why she is now able to grow free programs that she's in, but she's working all the time. And it's so many people want the results, but they don't want to put in the effort. That's what it boils down to. They just, I said to one guy, because whenever I posted an update in the group, I always get at least 5, 6 friend requests followed by messages about what are you doing. And I said to one of them, I said, well, what it is, me and Wayne have got a connection, and he gave me a pot of fairy dust, and I sprinkle it over the computer. I'm
still asking for that fairy dust.
So I said, if go see Wayne and ask him for some of his fairy dust. I said, because this is where these people are at. You're just thinking, what do you do? Where's all this money coming from?
This is called, Phil. This is called consistency. So
that's my favorite word. Yeah, that's my favorite word.
So you need. It's like you need to put up the work. Now you need to understand what you are doing. So if you just think about it and think it through till the end, so you know what is gonna work. So if you put that consistency for 1 month, for 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you will start getting that momentum that you are trying to create through this 50-day challenge, and then follow up on those actions that you have taken for the past since you started. Once you have the consistency, you put some times to follow up on those one. You will reach wherever you want. And this is what we are doing. This is what we are doing. I told you I spent 100 days with 0 results, and one day I got a high ticket commission. One day, out of nowhere, I was not even expecting it. And this is what you need to look at. This is you need to think what is logical and what is rational to be done, and where it will take you in your coming journey or on your planned journey. This is the advice that I give to everyone.
Yeah, I'm 100% the same. That is my main thing that I bang on to people about is consistency. And especially when I get the messages come in, they say, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm consistent. It's not what I do. It's the routine. It's that daily routine. You follow that same system and do it day in, day out, day in, day out. That's why I set myself another challenge. I've done challenges before. They make yourself accountable, don't they? They make it for right. I've got to now do 50 Facebook Lives on the trot, as well as doing a Facebook post and things like that. And what you touched on was a very good point. I mean, you talk about the follow-up. Thanks to Wayne's training, I must admit, I didn't know you could put these little groups of people inside Facebook groups. I didn't know that existed. And I've used Facebook for sort of 15 years. And when Wayne said, I was like, where did that come from? I didn't know you could do this and put these groups of people. It's so powerful, especially now, because I'm messaging so many people. If I get a reasonably good message from somebody, this conversation is working well, I'll get that person and put that person straight in the group, because otherwise I'd forget who I was talking to. And we had this guy, he joined about sort of 2 or 3 weeks back. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I mentioned it to you because you brought up the follow-up. It's so important. And he joined straight away after a conversation, and he paid for the Magic Link, but he didn't do anything else. He had some health problems and he couldn't do much. But I said, okay, look, there's no rush or anything. But what I did, I just kept every 2 or 3 days. Hey, James, how you doing? You know, how's things with you? And he answered every single time. So if he hadn't answered, I'd have given him 2 or 3 attempts and then maybe moved him out of the list. But he answered every time. He said, yeah, I know, Phil. Sorry, mate. I'm still okay. But he kept answering. And this went on for about 3 weeks or more. And then he saw the training before that Wayne did. Okay. And then I was sitting there on a Sunday evening. A Sunday's a day I just don't do much. You know, I was sitting there Sunday evening and he had watched the replay. He watched the replay and I got a message out of the blue. And he said, hey, Phil, I want to upgrade to Dominator. Can I do it now?
Yep.
You know, I said, okay, yeah. I said, of course you can. I said, don't pay the 99. I'll get a discount link for you. So I got him the discount link, left it with him. He said, okay, I'll do that. I'll do it this evening. And overnight, he upgraded. I got up in the morning and he upgraded to Dominator. I was like, excellent. 3 days later, Dr. M, he was VIP. You know, unbelievable. And this is what we said to people. If I hadn't kept in contact with this guy and just shot in these messages like you spoke about the importance of follow-up, he would have just gone cold and gone and looked at something else. And it's so important. It really, really is important.
I totally agree. And especially when you are in such program where it teaches you the skills, not push you only to sell its own product. This is very important because if you think about OLSP, it's true that we are promoting OLSP. It's true that we want them to come through OLSP. But the skills that you are learning in OLSP, it can help you in your own life and in your affiliate marketing life.
Definitely.
So you are able then to promote OLSP. This is your choice. And you are also able to promote any other program that you want, that you see that it can help you reach your goals. And this is very important. That's a very good point in OLSP because it teaches you the skills, not just to sell OLSP. This is how I look at OLSP. The skills that I'm learning, the skills that are refreshed through this learning, because I had a lot of skills, but I didn't know how to use them.
Yes.
And Wayne makes sure to just, pinpoint those I'm gonna tell them those formulas or those methods that helps you reach out to people and how to handle those situations where you can push your own goal, which is selling OLSP or something else.
It is completely different. I mean, I've been in the industry on and off for about 15 years, and I think we've all been around. And 1 second, I think Ilse is going to join us. Give me 1 moment. Just got a little pop-up message. Let's jump back. And the things I've learned of Wayne have been unbelievable, and it puts you in a completely different frame of mind, doesn't it, Dr. M? You know, I'm trying now to relay this to the Dominators because before we were all involved in the sort of network marketing type programs, the MLM type programs, whatever. We've all been there, and it's almost a case of almost desperation seeps in, like, please join. You got to join me. We've got a great compensation plan. It's a 1x2 matrix. It's really good. You're going to get spillover. We've all been there. Please join me. Whatever. Well, I think we've all been in this situation. Is what you're sort of thinking deep down. But what I'm now teaching the Dominators that I've got, I'm working with, I'm saying, look, it's a completely different ball game. And I said, the amount you learn off of Wayne is incredible. I said, because it doesn't matter where these guys are at. It doesn't matter if they're in a network marketing. It doesn't matter if they want to do drop shipping. It doesn't matter if they want to do Amazon, whatever. And I said, you just got to put yourself in that head mindset that you have the solution that they need. You have the training that they need. You have the vehicle that's going to make them successful in anything. And I said, so you literally just sort of sit back, let them talk to you and say, right, okay, because they're going to be struggling. It doesn't matter how great they say they're doing, they're not. Not 90% of them are not doing well, and it always comes down to traffic is the number one. They don't know how to generate leads. They don't know how to generate traffic. you know. And then once you speak to them about it, I hope we got our. It was waving at me down the bottom. 1 second. Hey, look at that. We have free. You see, she messaged me a minute ago and she said, I'm on a mastermind. I said, Dr. M is here. I'm coming in 5 minutes. You know, there you go. The effect that you have.
One of the dominators, and not even mine.
I dropped the Q&A and I went straight to Phil.
You did.
Yeah, but you didn't have to go. I did.
So
one of our good teammates.
We're just talking about the difference that OLSP has made to us in our business deals, and what I was just relating to. I mean, it's put me in a different mindset, because now when people come to me, I just sort of think, let me tell you a story, and then once I pick up on where they're struggling, they can just say, right, well, look, I can help you if you want the help, and I don't even push them. You know, I just say and they say, well, I'd love to learn about traffic. Okay, brilliant. What have you been doing so far? I've got my Amazon link and I've posted it on Instagram, and I say, how's that working for you? I know how that's working, but I'm going to ask him anyway. You know, how's that working for you? I'm not getting much interest. Brilliant. Okay, well, I can help you get your eyeballs on that link. I can help you increase what you're doing, increase your traffic, because you can have the best program. If nobody sees it, you're not going to earn any money. And all of a sudden you get their attention and they're listening to you. And it's a completely different conversation. I can speak to somebody, as you guys probably do, for 15, 20 minutes. And I haven't even mentioned what program I'm in. Yeah. You know, back in the old days of our network marketing MLM days, it was the first thing I said, hey, you got to join XX because we got the best conversation plan in the world, you know. And I don't even mention what it is. And sometimes people say, so what program is that? I say, well, let's talk about you more first. And I'll keep it diverted. Is it the same you guys? Is that how you operate? Or
no, I always love to have a talk with somebody. I don't do DMing. It's not my kind of style. But once I'm going to the call, it's a better way to understand people. What are they searching? What do they need? And then go forward. And we have so much things that they can learn to earn on. So let us help.
What about you, Dr. M? What's your normal approach?
I have a different approach, because, and this is one of the skills that Dwayne sometimes he highlights on it, which is every person has its own trigger and its own time frame or right moment, let's say.
Yes.
For me, when I jumped on OLSP, I knew what I wanted, and I got what I wanted in the first 10 or 15 minutes of my discussion with my referrer. However, when I speak, let's give an example to Els. Els has another thing in mind. So you need time just to dig in her mind to see what she exactly needs. And then after that, highlights it correctly and show what OLSP can do to help her, not even mentioning OLSP.
That's right.
Look, I'm the first time I'm live and I'm talking publicly about OLSP. Regularly, I don't do this. If you go through all my posts, I've never mentioned OLSP. Even when I'm mentioning, my results as commission, I put them in the comment below my post. I don't put them in my post. Why? I always try to create that curiosity for someone to come and ask me. And I had a lot of those questions. Why? Because this is why I start knowing that person. I'm creating his persona, what he really needs, what is his pain points, what I can help, how can I help him. Sometimes I see one guy who came to me, I'm ditching the whole marketing, affiliate marketing. I don't want to hear anything. Okay, as you like. You don't want to hear anything. Are you willing to listen to me? Yes or no? No, I'm not going to waste my time talking to you. Just to stay up to date with what I'm doing, and maybe later on you will get interested of what I'm doing. But if I see someone just telling me, yes, I have this problem in making commission, in creating a good squeeze page, in making my funnel, in knowing how to DM, knowing how to engage, knowing how to present my ideas, how to present, how can I sell, how to sell. This is where you start taking those points. I always have one notebook next to me, writing small things. Like now, I'm talking, I put here, if you look at it, I need to talk about trigger and time frame. Why I'm doing this? Because this is where I will just pinpoint his whatever he was saying, and I was going to tell him, look, I've solved your issue, I had the same issue, and I've solved your issue that way. Let's come and see how we can solve yours. And this is where OLSP just jumps in at the back, not even mentioning it. Go check this program. You want to make your commission? You can make it in the next 24 or 48 hours. Come look at it. You want organic traffic? Just come look at what we can offer to you in order for you to get organic traffic. You want to make your squeeze page? Yes, TD Pages will help you to do your squeeze page and will even help you to make commission. This is where you have to position. It's not, you're not selling a Pepsi diet can or a Pepsi diet or a Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is known for everyone. You are selling a product that will help them, but you need to highlight the right angle for them to go and buy it and to get interested in. This is my own approach. It's a lot of psychological work, yes. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of follow-up, but this is where you can get your thing done. This is how you can get it done. And you don't need to pay for that traffic, because I just met Phil through one of our huddle, and he had one issue with get response, and I started talking to him.
That's
and
right.
1 week later, I'm on his live, and I'm just thinking that I'm the next one who is giving advice to everyone. So,
but no, that is absolutely right. I mean, that's how we initially started talking, and then you reached out straight away that day, because I had that issue with get response. It was a bit of a nightmare because I just literally ordered the traffic. I'd waited 48 hours. It just started to run for the first time, and get response suspended my account for to look at things. I was like, oh, you are kidding me. Timing could not have been worse. So I just jumped in the huddle because I thought, I'm going to ambush the huddle, and I shot a couple of messages in there. I'm going to shoot a couple of messages in there, and Dr. M was brilliant. He came and he messaged me aside, and fortunately, it was fortunate. It was just a security check, and it lasted a few hours, and they opened back the account. And you made the point when you commented on my post the other day. You said it is a community here. We all want to help each other, and that's exactly right. It's the case of we all want to do well. We want to help everybody else do well.
We want to help those that are not an OLSP to let them see how we can help. But also when you're in OLSP, we feel so obligated to help each other. Even now, I had a call from somebody. Dr. M knows him, Matty. He had a severe question afterwards, and I was okay. Let's talk about it after the Q&A. And I'm on a call. It doesn't matter who it is. Does dominators need help? Yeah, we are here to help.
Yes. Yeah, especially when the ones. A lot of the ones that I speak to. We've covered this before, haven't we? I like to personally make communication with the ones that are new to this, new to the industry. I can talk with seasoned marketers, but I just find it hard work, because they've all got their wall up. They've all got their best program in the world for wall up, and we can get around them, but you just think sometimes you just cannot be bothered with the argument that it brings. But this, especially this day and age, with the cost of living and everything being so high all over the world, there are so many people looking for ways to earn money, and there's so many people looking at affiliate marketing. It's nice, and when you talk to people that are new, that don't really know much, and they're open to ears, and you can help them by avoiding, making them avoid the scams that are online, avoiding the get rich schemes. See what avenue they're interested in, because it doesn't really matter. They say, oh, I'm looking at Shopify, I thought about Amazon, they maybe a blog, and you can just say, hey, that's great. Have you thought about how you're going to get traffic to that? Have you thought about where you're going to advertise it? And also, I don't really know that. And so again, it's an easy conversation, because they see straight away you want to help them. You want to help them, teach them how to get the traffic, how to get eyeballs on what they're doing. And it's a completely different conversation rather than, hey, join our program and you're going to be making 10K a month by the end of the month because they've seen it on YouTube. It doesn't happen, you know. And you try to say to these people, it does not happen. You know, if it was that easy, we'd all be doing it. You know,
it's not that easy, but it isn't that hard either, huh? Making content isn't that hard.
It's not.
It's time, yeah, but it isn't hard.
Like I said, well, I said to Dr. M earlier, I asked you for a summary of your day yesterday, and straight away you went, oh, 3 TikToks, 3 Instagram reels, you know,
boom,
all this work that we do.
Not only one company, 2 company, and 1 in a mastermind. I have to go to 6 o'clock to remember all the things I have to prepare for him in a roadmap. That's all in between, guys. I'm doing a lot, and still I have time to go to the gym and do my household and everything else. So it's just how you prepare your day.
It is absolutely
1 hour a day. You can do something else.
Everybody can do something for 1 or 2
throw
hours.
out your TV or stall it in your garage so you don't on it, and just do this. This is your TV time.
By the way,
content.
Talking of TikTok and content, I mean, I've never had much success with TikTok. I've done okay with YouTube Shorts. I used to use Facebook Reels when I was doing the RPM challenge, as you know, Reels, but I don't like the way that the Reels plaster all over your timeline. I don't like that. I think it crowds it out. But TikTok, I never got much traction. I think we all get the same amount of views, about 200, and it caps you off. We don't get much feedback from it.
I have some that are.
I've got some that
my Paris one got thousands. I was
really.
Like, ooh.
But I was chatting with a guy yesterday, and he's quite up on his TikTok. He does do all the graphics and bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he said, look, I'll shoot you a couple of pointers. I said, hey, look, we're all going to help each other. I said, because I don't spend a lot of time on it now. I did it for the RPM challenge. Yeah. I said, it's okay. And he said, I said, I don't get a lot of views. I said, sometimes they'll get 250, some might get 10, but I don't really get, you know. He said, let me try something different for you. And he gave me a little tip. I will share it with you guys. You know, he said, most crucial part of a TikTok video is the first 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And he said, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. He said, the first 3 seconds are the most crucial part. He said, it doesn't matter what niche you're talking about, what you're going to talk about. He said, that 3 seconds is absolutely crucial. Yeah. So he said, if you don't want to do anything yourself, he said, put something on the screen.
Yeah, right? You're stuck in, stop.
Yeah, he said, put something on the screen. He said, something that grabs their attention. So I was out with my wife in Romford this morning, okay, and she went off to get her hair done. So I dropped into the local cafe in Romford where we are, and I was, when we were out, and I had grabbed myself a cup of coffee, but they got free Wi-Fi in there, so I thought that's good. You know, so I went on to my TikTok on my phone, and I thought, I'm going to try what this guy says, because I'm sitting here doing nothing. So I went on to CapCut. I grabbed a template from CapCut. I threw some screenshots from OLSP on there, but I did what he said to overlay it, you know, and I did a big OMG in red, and I did, and you must see this at the bottom. And I only timed it for the first 3 seconds of the video. You know, he said, just try it and then let me know. Well, I put it on there. My wife went and got her hair done. We only got some lunch, forgot all about it. I came back, and bearing in mind, this was about 10:30. I posted this. And I jumped onto my TikTok. And when I came back, it had already had, I'm just going to refresh it now. But in the space of a couple of hours, but it's now just getting near 250. Yeah. And I was like, the 3 videos before, I've got about 10, 15. 50.
No. On TikTok. And I was like, I always get 200 when
I was doing the RPM ones. When I was doing the RPM ones, I was always averaging 200, but at least 250. But then I was posting 3 times a day.
But I'm wondering, I'm still thinking, if you post and you don't leave enough hours between, and you post again, the first one will lower down. The algorithm will take care of this one, but
But definitely what he said, and literally all I did, I just grabbed the text from inside the TikTok and went OMG, big red letters, and you must see this underneath it. And I'll put the timer scroll for 3 minutes, for 3 seconds, and it's made an instant difference. I'm thinking, I'm going to get back to this
Good,
guy and say,
and
right,
go
what
back.
do you know? You know, as I thought, I'll relay it to you guys, because anything that
He's
helps
helping you. He's an affiliate. He's the right kind.
We'll see. I think we need to go to Els needs to do some TikTok training. I'll mention it to Wayne. If you can get thousands of views, then
I got thousands of but
you don't say anything. You just sort of sit there going,
just here you go. Done. Okay, let make me some and then the hashtag it. That's it.
You've obviously got
Why
this
not?
attraction.
What?
Yes.
Attraction.
You must have this attraction to you on TikTok.
Oh.
What about you, Dr. M? Do you use shorts or reels?
Look, I love using shorts and reels, but my problem is somewhere else. For me, you need to focus on one or two things and not to just, lose your focus on do something else. So many things. So for me, because there is a lot of ways to get that presence online, one of those is reels and TikToks or shorts or YouTube shorts. I started some of them, but I didn't continue because it needs a lot of time. I'm still a part-time affiliate marketer, so this is why. So for not like Els. I don't know about you, Phil, but Els, I know that she's doing that full time. She's waking up in the morning, doing all that stuff, planning her day as an affiliate marketer. I have my job that I finish, around 6 p.m. Then I start my affiliate marketing work, which takes me around 4 hours to 5 hours a day. And in the weekend, I'm also focusing on that part. So I cannot just if I wanted to make those reels, I will stop everything else. So I will stop, looking at my daily presence. I will stop looking at my coaching part that I'm doing sometimes. I will stop looking at my mastermind because it needs time. It's true. You can shoot a video for 10 minutes, edit it for another 10 minutes, and just post it. Yes, that's true. But if you want the right content to be on, it needs time. I don't like just putting any content. I want that content to be objective and to has the right goal where it has to reach. You got my point, Phil? Where
Yes,
I want to. So if I want to do that content, a reel will take around from me between 30 and 1 hour to be done. Those 10 seconds or 20 seconds online, in order to shoot them correctly, in order to put the right content on it, in order to reshoot so many times because of my accent. I don't have the best English accent in the world. I know that.
Me neither.
In order to get it right, in order to get it's one of the processes that you need. You need to know your flows. You need to know also what are your skills, and you need to know where to position yourself correctly. So in order for me to, once I have 1 or 2 hours extra a day, yes, I will start be shooting reels, and I will start, be committed to do like what you are doing. I'm not able to commit for 2 full hours or 1 full hours a day to make a live. Maybe I can do it once a week. Yes, maybe I can do it, but I still need to plan it correctly, because once you start something, you know that it is a commitment. It needs to be consistent. You need to take it till the end, even if it didn't bring you results for the first year. So if I will be committed to make, like, let's say we had a discussion between me and Els. It's like, like what you are doing, making those interviews online with people with specific question, with specific subject to be done. So that will take around, for me, it will take around the 1 hour of shooting, being live, and it will also take around 4 hours of preparation before going live, and then afterwards around another 4 hours in order to promote it. So now we are talking about 10 full hours of doing it correctly. It's wrong. Maybe I'm perfectionist. I wanted to do it the right way. But if I want to do something, I want to make sure that those 10 hours, I have them during a week in order to do them. You got my point? So yes, they can work. If you are creative, yes, they can work. They will bring you a lot of attraction. They will bring you a lot of not categorized audience, like Wayne is saying, but you need to know how to follow up with them. Ask Else. Whenever one day she got 90 followers and 90 question and 90 DM to me to be answered, and she was like, okay, what I will be doing now? I have to stop doing something else in order to respond to those guys. And so she was going to drop another point where, or another stream of income, let's call it like this, or stream of leads, because of doing what? Because of doing just, adding those continuously. So are you able to do that? This is the question. Once you start something, you need to be committed. You need to know that it has to be consistent, and you need to plan it ahead in order to reach it. So now I have a weekly newsletter. I can do it on daily basis, but I kept it weekly newsletter talking about affiliate marketing. Why? Because I wanted to be consistent. I wanted to go for the next 1, 2, 3 years, and never being. Hopefully I will never be dropping any edition for the next 2 or 3 years. This is what I think about. That's why this is my question about Reels. But Reels, yes, they can work. You can plan it correctly, guys.
We just had Mark Kentier. I don't know if you saw those come up. Yeah, he said he loves the content we're doing, and Ills is amazing. And he's just commented, I did spend 6 hours answering DMs yesterday. I mean, there you go.
He's really learning. He's really doing fine with DMs. Really doing good. I'm proud.
It is. It is a process. I mean, and he's spending the time, but he's getting through them. This touches back on who we spoke to about the other day. He sent just 15 messages out. You got to up your numbers. You got to be consistent. And what works for me may not work for somebody else. But the idea is you find something that works for you, find something that you enjoy, find something that you're good at, and then incorporate a routine for it. And like you said, and that's what it's all about. I mean, we spoke about routines yesterday. I get up most mornings. I go out with my wife. But the early part of my day is catching up with any DMs, catching up with any comments on posts and stuff like that, bring that up to date. Now I've got a schedule of live, so I'll always do that in the morning. I'll decide the subject on either that morning or the day before, put it into an event, post the event out, let everybody know, and doing it at the same time every day so people get to know. And it doesn't matter if you don't get 10, 20 people watching. I always check back at the end of the evening, and the numbers are quite high, 30, 40, 50 plays back. So people are watching the stuff. They're listening to you, and we're not just here pitch. It's not an OLSP pitch fest. We're just giving out what we do on a daily basis. And I think that's a lot more what it's about. That's why people are enjoying it, because they're coming back with questions saying, tell me more about this program, and I think that's a good thing, because it certainly brings that. And I'm sure you must find it, Dr. Ian. You can be sitting there, because people say, how do I approach people about my business? Well, I say a lot of the time people come to me, and I'm sure they come to you guys. They'll just say, tell me more about what you're doing, And again, we don't go into an automatic pitch. We don't go, oh yeah, it's this. We just say, no, tell me what you've been doing so far and what's working for you. So you flip the conversation. I always get them to talk to me about what they're doing and where they're at. And then, like you said, Dr. M, where are their pain points? Where are they struggling? What they've been struggling with? What do they need help with? And then you can just say, look, I can help you with that. If you would like my help, I'll be willing to help you. And they say, yes, I would love to get some help on this. And then it's a completely new ballgame, new conversation, because that is what we're here for. You can help people because it has so much for everybody to learn from and to help. Doesn't matter what they're looking to do, you can help basically increase what they're already doing. If they're struggling with traffic, if they're struggling with leads, if they're struggling with capture pages, like you said, there's an answer there. And you can say, well, I can help you with this. And then once you master that and gain that knowledge, you can incorporate into whatever you want to do and learn to help others as well. And that's it's such a different ball game. It's such a different arena to be in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We haven't any more. Sorry, else?
We are there to help. That's why we are building teams. It's not getting the needs in, getting members in, and poof, it's done. No, it goes harder than that. We have to. That's what we promised, Wayne. Huh? to nurture not only our needs but our team members, make them as good as everybody else is. Because otherwise, why are they in there?
Yeah, Mark's just come out and he said, especially for beginners, they love the available help. That's just what we touched on earlier. That's why I said I love speaking to the beginners and the ones that are looking, because there's so many of them. I mean, a few years ago, it was mostly sort of seasoned marketers jumping around from program to program or whatever, looking for the next best thing. Whereas nowadays, there is so many people looking for a side hustle, looking for some extra money. They don't know what to do. And there's so much crap out there because the scammers are just... they're just literally preying on these people because they think, well, here we go, I can make money from these people, because they don't know what they're doing, And the amount of people that come to me and say, I've lost so much money, I've lost hundreds, I've lost thousands, I've invested into these automated systems that promised me this, and I've got nothing, And you do feel for them, because some of them have lost thousands, literally thousands. They just believed, I mean, I had one guy who was pitching me at the beginning of the week, and he said, I only need to make an extra $50,000. It can't be that difficult. That was his exact words, so
it can be done, but it's up to him.
Yeah, but you sort of think, what planet are you on? Because these things, think you can just get it just like that. It's easy. It's got to be easy enough to do.
The bank. Yeah.
If it was that easy, Dr. M wouldn't be working now.
You can give that advice online on a live, No, listen, guys. You need to break down your goals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, sure, I want to have $1 trillion in the bank. Yes, everyone wants to have that. Everyone wants to have that. Yes. I need to make, we need to make realistic goals with realistic time frames, and then reach them and building on them. So
that's what it's all about.
Process. So
it is, it's a process. Absolutely. Yes. Short-term goals and long-term goals are imperative.
So, that's what focus. Have in mind and have envision your long-term goals that are changeable. They are not, they are not sacred. Like this is a written word of God that we cannot, erase and change. No. Your long-term goals, you can change them later on, but your short-term goals, you need to get them faster. So once you get that goal, you will be having another higher goal to reach.
Yes.
So this is what we've discussed, and this is where we always discuss it,
I always discuss that. I mean, you always say it's because most people that come on, they always say, if you say, why, what brought you to this area in the first place? What attracted you to affiliate marketing? I love asking that question. And 9 times out of 10, it's always, I want to replace my income. I'm fed up of being a truck driver. I'm fed up of being a bus driver. I'm whatever it may be. And I just want to get out of that. I want to spend more time with the family. And it happens. This is 90% of the answers that you get. And you say, it's a great goal. Write that down, right where you want to be. But in the meantime, you say to them, so as an extra sort of side income, how much would you like to earn just initially, just to sort of, and then they might come, well, if I can get an extra $50 a week, that'd be great. Brilliant. What a great starting point that is, and then you can work and say, right, let's get a little plan of action. What's going to get you to that $50 a week, and with this program, you just think that's one magic link. That's great. We can achieve that straight away. You tick in a box, and that's the way you operate. And then once you say, look, I'm going to take you through a process. What's been working for me? Bring them through the list building process, bring them through the magic link, get them set up with the magic link. Then they go through the TD pages, then they introduce to get response. So then they've got the fundamentals there, what they're going to need for any business whatsoever. And then and then Wayne will introduce them to dominators at the end of the training. And then I'll leave them 2 or 3 days once they finish and say, did you see the dominators video? What did you think of it? You know, and so bring them through that way. And then you sort of lead on to them and say, look, what I've just done with you here, it's part of your sort of guidance and your mentoring. And what you need to be doing now is rinse and repeat that. You know, bring people in through the same process, and they start to see it straight away. The things start dropping into place. I can see that. So I say, so put your own Facebook group together. Doesn't matter if there's 5 people in it. I started a Facebook group from nothing. I've got 150 in there now. It's only over a couple of months, but it's growing each day. New people are coming in. And I'm now going to start putting the ones that are doing the action takers that are going through to dominate into a separate group and work with them directly. So that one just becomes a feeder group. And I said, I started from nothing with that group. It's just I threw it together, boom, invited all my Facebook friends. You know, even though I can't do them at once because Facebook doesn't let you. So I had to do in batches of sort of 250 at a time, but I went through them all. And out of that, I had 2 dominators come out of that. I had a couple of dominators come out from a different Facebook group, a couple of dominators just come from DMs, you know. But I said, if you're doing all these different things, they're going to come into you, you know, and then it doesn't matter if you've got 2 hours, find that time to do these things, and you can do X amount of DMs. You can do, if you don't want to do, some people say, I don't really think I'm very comfortable doing Facebook messaging. Fine. What would you like doing? You know, there must be something that you'd rather do. You know, I don't mind doing a video. Brilliant. Let's do videos with you. You know, do what they're comfortable with and build on their sort of strengths, what they enjoy, and it can still be done. And it's the same process. Follow the training with Wayne, because there's so many gold nuggets in Wayne's training. It's incredible. You know, he says you know, use a Facebook group, then do this, then do that. And people do come through the process. You just see them come along the process, using the Trello board or whatever, and just moving them across. You know, it's so effective. You just literally see them moving along, you know, and you say, this is what you guys need to be doing. It's not rocket science. It's just a case of that routine and consistency and doing it all the time until it starts to sort of roll over. That's what I do. That's the process that I sort of try and bring them through, you know. And like you said earlier, Dr. M, sometimes I can go 2-3 days with no leads coming in, but you still keep sending the messages out, you still keep sending the press requests out, you know. And you're going to get some guys who come back, no, not for me, thanks. No problem. I'll move on to the next person, you know. And there are so many people there who say, yes, I really want to learn. I want to earn some money. Can you help me? The amount of people that say that, can you help me? Yes, I can, you know. And that then it's a whole new conversation, and you can help these people.
Yep, absolutely.
I have people that are coming back, and then I just go, yeah, okay, no problem, and see what you are. I will see at your Facebook if something is up with you, or you're doing something else, and yeah, they're doing other stuff at the end. 3 months later, Ilse, do you have time? Sure. And you pick it up again.
This has been a really long call today, isn't it? Because we've had a guest, superstar guest today. See, Dr. M. See, look,
Dr. M.
We've had the
Dr. M.
We've had the Dr. M. Our goal is to get Wayne on.
Yeah, he would love to. I'm sure he would love to.
I'm sure he would.
I think that you will beat me to it, because that was one of my when we were speaking about, you know, interviewing people. So I wanted, you know,
yesterday
I was gonna interview, you know, like else. I will surely you, Phil, maybe Howie, maybe Albert.
Oh, Howie, yes.
Yeah, Howie. One day, sure, we will do it. But But we need to look at how he's way not cursing on live.
We bleep it out.
I love that guy. And yes, one day surely bring, you know, yes, Wayne, he would love to. He would love to.
I'm sure he would. If he could, he would. You know, I know he's a busy man, because he just loves giving out. I'll shoot him a message and say, look, I'll do a daily live 2:00 every day. turn up one day, ask him.
Oh, then 10 people at your screen is not enough.
No, it's not. Well, it's just the first 10, and then you lose it. The rest will have to be on the screen.
The chat.
So, any other nuggets you want to throw out, guys, before we wrap it up? Look, there's 54
It's a lot.
It's a lovely,
life.
I'm looking in my DMs. I'll tell you what, because I've just noticed one of my guys who's doing really well has come through the Magic Link. Tim is watching, and I answered his question yesterday in my DM. He's done the Magic Link, he's done that sort of process. But what I'll do, I'll read out the question again, and maybe you two can also give a question. He asked yesterday. He says, "Can you make a full-time living out of this program, or is it more just a side gig to supplement your income?" I did in my answer, but please, while he's listening as well, take the floor and give him your individual answers.
What you put in, you get out.
That's your
answer.
What
you put in, you get out. If you put in full time, you'll get out the full time. And it will be built up, and at the time being, it will be just you shooting content, and people will reach out. That's a matter of just being out there.
No one
you build up.
No, yeah. For me, no one will guarantee you anything.
No.
That is no guarantee.
No, there's no guarantee. I think we know that there's no guarantees, but
there's no. But what you put in, you get out.
But the question was, is it just a side income for some people? No, you're right, but for others, but for others, there are others making extremely good money out of it. If you look at the look at Jesse.
Yeah. It's your and my referral, huh, Phil?
Sorry,
Jesse is your and my referral, I believe, huh?
Jesse's my upline.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's everybody's upline. I think.
No, Dr. M. No, not yours.
Not yours.
No.
Look, let me just answer it in my own way. So,
yeah, that'd be good.
Yes.
My first thing, yes, there is no guarantee for anything.
No
guarantee.
One. This is the first thing, but if you do nothing today, you will never know.
That's correct.
Yes, there is people that they are living for this. Else is one of them. I don't know, Phil, maybe you are starting to do this and you will be living out of it. What is the results that you will get? It has so many factors that will play. Some days you are so lucky from day one. Some days you have to wait 1 full year to get lucky. But if you don't start today, you will never know. No, yes, it can be a side hustle. I know one guy who made, and this is, everybody knows, you will know who I'm talking about. He made over $1 million for 1 year as revenue, and as net profit for him, it was more than $400,000 per year. And it was a side hustle for him. He had a full-time job on the side. And I have other people who are making around $3,000, $4,000 per month, and it's their full-time job.
Yeah.
So there is no guarantee for this. There is no clear answer for this. But if you don't start it, if you don't start doing those things, learning those skills, start put at the right plan of action and start executing it, you will never know where you can go.
That's right. And
I will add one thing, Phil. Yesterday, I had that conversation with my wife. So I got a high ticket commission, everybody knows. And then I was discussing it with her. And she said, yes, this is good. But when can we make the same? I told her, look, listen, 3 months earlier, we didn't have $1 on the side of our income. Now we are making not good money, but at least we are having that extra $1 on the side of our income that is coming from our job. So tomorrow maybe it will be 2. The second day will be 1,000, and days will be 0. But this is how it goes, and this is how you will find out. This is for Tim, I think, correct?
Yeah. Tim, his name is, he's a guy that joined. Yeah, and Tim's really good. I'm going to give a shout out to Tim while he's there listening, because he's a guy that I enjoy helping, because he's had a couple of little bits that I've needed to help him on, but he's a guy, Dr. M, that he starts work about 5 a.m. in the morning. He goes out to work all day. He comes home. He does a school run. He's got to pick the kids up and all the rest of it. He's always running about. Yeah, every evening since he came actually and joined the program, he's been putting at least 1 to 2 hours in every evening to go through the process, to get things set up. He's asking questions, and I said to him straight away when he messaged yesterday, we spoke quite a bit on DMs, and I said to him, for one, you're miles ahead of most people. I said, because you're doing this, you're finding the time at the end of your busy day to do these things and get stuck in and make the effort. I said, so many people want the results without the work. And I said, that's the difference. So many people want the magic fairy dust that Wayne gives out to me and you and all the rest of it, but they don't want the work. That's the difference. The ones that want it will get it. The ones that say, well, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to commit 1 to 2 hours a day, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. They're the ones that are going to get the results. Set your short-term goals, go through the process, stay consistent, and it will happen. It has to. Because if you're putting out that content on a daily, consistent basis, and doing it every day and in a routine, it has to come in. The results have to come in. It's almost impossible not to, because you're snowballing this effect all the time.
And Wayne is called Batman, not Tinkerbell. Huh? We're going to start to say Tinkerbell, Dr. M. this evening. Hi, Tinkerbell.
Yeah, but it does take the effort. I mean, I'm not full-time by any time. I mean, I am at home all the time, but the difference is I care for my wife full-time because she's disabled. So I gave up work about 15 years ago to look after her. So my days can be limited, but when I do get on, I make sure I'm doing something constructive. I'm not just scrolling down, looking at people's pictures of food and drink, and what they did last summer. I'm working, I'm making contacts, I'm getting involved. And that's the difference, is making sure you're proactive in the time that you're on there and you're doing something productive. I always say to people, whatever you make sure you're doing something that's growing your business, not just idling your time away, because you can lose 2 hours on Facebook just like that, without the bat of an eyelid, it could be gone. And so if you're doing something productive all the time, you're going to get results. It's going to come in.
Start as a side hustle, then once it's good, you have good earning, then you move on. Just put small goals. This is the best way. Your first goal is to reach it. Once you reach it, you just grow it gradually till you reach whatever you want. There is no limit. This is the good thing. And still, online business is not going to stop, guys.
It's not. No.
It is working. This is, if you just look, it's logical. It is working. Everybody wants and it will be working.
Okay, go. Well, we've come through the hour mark. I think it's been an absolute blast today. So thank you, Dr. M, for gracing us with your presence. Same time tomorrow, hopefully. Saturday. You said Friday and Saturday. It doesn't normally go on for an hour.
No, I don't know. I will do my best to do it tomorrow. I don't know. Let me see.
Let somebody from your team in then.
I'll try. It doesn't normally go on for an hour, but we have today. But it was special guest appearance. Yeah, normally it's about half an hour.
We don't have commercial break.
So thank you, Eels. Thank you, Dr. M. Thank you, everybody that's listening and taking part. Have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.